And the modifier is half. How do you do that?
34.
Oh, so just put half of your intelligence in the
So
box.
mine's 17. Or so 17 is half of 34. Well, I succeeded anyways, you fuck. Wait. No, there's an error.
No, you added 10.
Let's go with it anyways. No, I'm just kidding. How's that
All right,
work,
fine. Yeah, let's go with it anyway.
No, I'll roll for real. Skill value, intelligence.
32.
Yeah. Oh, well, don't you just put in intelligence, or do you write in the number?
You'd put in the number for your intelligence divided by 2, so it would be 20.
Well, that's the modifier, right?
No, you get no modifier. So your skill value would be 20, and then your modifier value would be 0.
Okay.
For those of you who are wondering what the hell we're doing, we're learning how to use the macro that I set up. No, man, you got such a really nice, such a close roll there.
Yeah.
She looks at you. She says, "Jax, your words are not subtle, and your approach is not fine. But there may be something to what you say. Unfortunately, it's out of my hands at this moment. Kappa's trial is scheduled for tomorrow, with local judge Hims Biggins."
Sorry, who?
You know, the local judge, Hims Biggins. Of course.
It's entirely possible, Jax, that you will be able to...
Well, go ahead, sorry.
It's entirely possible, Jax, that you will be able to plead your case before Mr. Biggins this afternoon. I implore you, if you care to keep Mr. Kappa out of his trial, then see Hims Biggins this evening. Speak to him and bring your case before him, but... I should warn you, Mr. Romulus. Hims Biggins' entire life revolves around ensuring that the law of the Imperium is upheld. Inquisition, arbitrace, or no, he will likely have a hard time seeing your perspective.
All right, Madam Phaedrus. If you don't mind me saying it, well, even if you do mind, you're being a dumb piece of shit, but that is your prerogative.
She turns her back to you and strides out of the elevator, cups her hand to her ear and murmurs something into her Vox communicator, and then strides off to the left, leaving you in the dust.
I turn to Jax and say, I'm not really sure why she's upset. I have the majority of her mortician right here.
Engelbart.
I think we have some problems.
Did you actually, put this guy's ashes in a baggie, Engelbart?
Well, of course. There was evidence.
All right, fair enough.
So it's just us in there now, right? Or is the fish taco guy still there?
Fish taco guy's still here.
Yeah, fish taco.
He's standing next to me.
Arl,
Arl, right?
Yeah.
Arl, if you don't mind, I'm going to need to speak with the group here, and thank you for helping us down there.
Arl turns to you. He says, I will escort Matron Phaedrus back to her location.
Please do.
And he wanders off and following her, in pursuit of her.
Engelbart, what the hell happened, man?
Question is, do I want to actually tell them?
Oh, maybe I use my fucking... do I have...
What, interrogation?
Inquiry?
No, I'm just thinking out loud. Inquiry?
Inquiry is more like gathering information from local people. You might want to, intimidate or something. Let me see.
Because right now I'm not willing to talk to you about it.
I don't have it. I have intimidate, but I don't have a check, so I guess I could do it, and then what?
It would be half your strength value.
I don't want to intimidate him.
Inquiry is your ability to pick up rumors, secrets, and guarded information by asking questions, buying drinks. Yeah, this isn't really. This is more like, schmooze.
I'm not much of a person that could be drawn along by schmoozing, I think.
Yeah.
Engelbart, I gotta ask you again, man. You're going to court for murder, apparently, so we need to know what happened here.
There was an accident in the mortician's office. Possible spontaneous combustion. A small mammal may have eaten important techno thingies. All sorts of things could have happened.
She said they had video proof.
Well,
that the tech recorders caught everything.
The picked recorders in such places can often be grossly archaic and out of date. There's no way they would have had enough definition to see who was in there and who was responsible.
So are you saying then that you weren't with the mortician and you didn't? Because I think I remember sending you to speak with the mortician, right? Did we not?
I had headed in that general direction, and I may have had words with him at some point, but I certainly wasn't responsible for this.
Eli,
Well-
what's your take on this situation?
I'm just in the back with my arms crossed, like one leg kicked back, kind of just enjoying the situation and laughing at Engelbart's fact that he saved the ashes. I'm not taking any sides.
When I arrived, I found him like that. It appeared that equipment had been destroyed. The office was covered in scorch marks. There was little more of the mortician remaining than a pile of ashes and a smoldering chalkboard.
Do you have an alibi of any sort, Engelbart? Like, you're saying now that you weren't there, if I understand correctly, so...
Well, I was there for a little while. I arrived after the fact. But no, that you sent me alone. There wouldn't be an alibi.
Well, Jax, how do we get out of this? We go talk to the guy?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm just trying to get our story straight before we do. I've never seen Engelbart be this level of awkward.
Do we need it? Do we need a story?
Well,
I would
he's,
assume they have the story already if they have these.
Can we
have
not
footage.
just contact the Inquisitor and have him sort this for us?
Well, bringing inquisitorial involvement might blow our cover for almost everybody involved.
It also makes us look incompetent. I'm not ready to do that yet. He
It's
gave
not
us a
yet
mission
the right
to
time to
check
look
into this
incompetent.
thing, and that's what we're going to do, I think.
Well, won't we need to go talk to the
Let's go
judge?
Let's go talk to Higgins or Biggins or whatever his name is.
Biggins.
Well, what's our story when we go and tell him? I mean, they're going to bring us up on charges.
How about we don't bring? We leave Engelbart somewhere where he can't potentially kill someone else, and ask to see the footage and not say what our story is, and say that we have him held up somewhere, and we look to see what actually happened, because right now we don't really know what happened.
Okay. If that sounds fair to everyone, I think that's fine to me.
Sounds fine to me. Go hide me somewhere.
I say, well, there's a trash can right over there.
It does not appear to be of the appropriate dimensions. I would have to re-engineer it.
Always, yep, that's Engelbart.
Do we know where the judge resides?
From Phaedrus's, from what she was saying, it seemed like maybe this is the local judge who presides over the jurisdiction of the Phaedrus residential block. He's probably up in that section of the hive.
All right, Jackson, Eli.
Yeah, we got to find somewhere to hide, or not hide, but put Engelbart for the time being.
May I suggest the Mechanica Spire might be a good place to allow me to reside for a while. The Mechanicus tend to be rather resistant to Arbite's jurisdiction. If anything, we can tie them up in weeks of negotiations and paperwork.
Sounds good to me.
Sure thing.
Let's get over there now. We'll drop you off, and we'll make our way to the judge.
So do you guys know where you are?
No.
In Hive
Yes.
Eutraxis?
We're in House Malare in the agricultural district.
Holy shit. All right. Okay.
Sometimes more funny, but my internet's acting really bad right now, so there's a sentence are coming choppy, and all I heard was, shit! And I was like,
We're not in shit.
nice.
Fricks actually knows where we are, which is really fucking surprising. Yes. Mechanicus Spire. Yeah, you are in the Malayar agricultural district, which connects to the Underhive, connects to Arl Thalia's industrial district. But looking around you, you come to the realization that you don't really know where you are in relation to the rest of the Hive City. So,
Jax, maybe that fellow who's been so friendly to you can help
What
us
was
out
that?
here in this situation. That fellow that you always talk to on your comms.
Oh yeah.
Perhaps he could be of assistance here.
I will look up
You know
his
that-
name now.
You guys are practically best friends.
You're talking about Lupus.
You were in his wedding, I think.
you totally remember his name. His name is
I
Lupus.
think you're talking about Lupus. Yeah.
Lupus.
Oh, okay.
Lupus.
Yeah, but
is-
I could ask Lupus. Yeah, he's I need to remind you though, he's in charge of security for House Phaedrus, and we're not on very good terms with him right now.
That's true.
Well, he doesn't. All we need to know is where the location, the whereabouts of the judge, right? Certainly, if he's a member of this house, he can
Yeah, I'll ask
give
him.
us this information.
So you're wiring Lupus. Boop 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 boop. Click. Lupus comes on. He says, "Oh, hey Jax, it's been a little while since I've heard from you. How you doing?"
Doing okay, Lupus. Look, things have turned a bit sour. I need to. Do you know where Judge Biggins is located?
There's a little bit of silence on the end of the line. It says, "Judge Biggins, I'm guessing you heard about Engelbart's little slip up yesterday, haven't you?"
Yeah, we did.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what. You make yourself your way back to House Phaedrus, and I can get you there from here. Phaedrus is at the end of a long avenue, and what you need to do is you need to go all the way to the end of the avenue. You take a right-hand turn, and you follow. It's pretty much a straight shot. You have to you gotta do kind of like a little side jog where the streets get a little bit entangled. But it's pretty much a straight shot, and down at the very end, you're going to see the high court of the Phaedrus family residential block. That's where Judge Biggins usually spends most of his time. If he's not there, then you might take a look. Instead of turning that right turn, you might continue through that intersection, and you sort of curve around. And you get to like a little fountain area, and then you'll go back sort of the way you came, but you'll curve back around another time.
Oh,
Well,
God.
anyway, there's a there's
Make him
a
stop.
girly bar, and
Hey,
Mr.
Lupus,
Biggins.
we'll meet up with you. You can just take us there. It sounds like this is an incredibly. There ain't no way in shit that I'm remembering any of that.
Lucas
Right.
says, "Okay, you come back to House Phaedrus, and we'll make sure we get you where you need to go. Is Engelbart with you?"
He is with us, but we're gonna put him into like a refrigerator store or something like that, and then we'll leave him behind.
Oh, okay. I guess you probably don't want me to say anything about this, do you?
You know, Miss Phaedrus she's not a big fan of us right now, so we're just trying to figure out what's going on. So yeah, it'd be best if you don't go out of your way to tell anyone, I guess.
Yeah. He says, well, gee, Jax, I'm kind of a house guard for House Phaedrus. I don't know how comfortable I feel.
You know what? I don't want to get you in any kind of trouble. How about you Vox message me in text form, which does not exist at all. But you know what? Let me take down that address one more time.
He repeats it to you.
Yeah, and I just like write that shit down or something like that.
Yeah. Just make a
have to,
note
like-
that you have the address of the Palace of Justice in the Phaedrus
Lupus,
residence.
I appreciate you working with me, buddy. I know that like I said, it's not going so hot right now, but I appreciate the help. So hopefully we get to the bottom of this.
If you do want him to keep his silence, you could roll against his loyalty to you.
No, I don't
right.
think I'd be comfortable with that.
Sounds good. All right, cool. So here you are on it looks like kind of a side avenue.
Hear that, or am I hallucinating?
What?
That.
I don't. I'm not.
Does it sound like a cuckoo clock?
No, it sounds like lots of hammering.
I don't hear anything. Anna's watching TV in the background, but I don't think that's what it is.
I think that's in
actually
your
don't hear.
house. Or
Are you getting
head.
attacked by the Warhammer? Has someone
No.
has fucking Renaissance? They wandered
I
into
think
your
I'm
house?
losing my sanity here.
I think you are, John.
That could be it too.
Nope. Sorry, TB. You're the only one.
All right, great.
So you look left and right. Immediately across the there's sort of like the wall behind you is made of plasteel, and the thoroughfare that you're on right now, there's a couple of like there are some people who are like pulling. They're pulling carts, and you realize that these carts are kind of like wired into the people who are pulling them. And there's a couple of servo skulls that are chained to the carts, floating ahead as they move past you. Across this thoroughfare, there appears to be a very large agricultural dome with small windows, both low and high. There's a second balcony level on it. Looking in, it's clear that the area inside is lit by some kind of a plasma sun that's beaming down on some sort of soy nutrient plant. It's a popular plant that's often used in the Imperium to supplement the trade that provides the vast majority of a hive city's nourishment. So it's fairly common to see. Now, the thoroughfare branches off to the left and to the right, and you're not entirely certain which direction House Phaedrus residential block is.
Can I simply just ask someone on the street?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I see someone in a little market, little area. I don't know what they do. I'm just going to approach them
Okay.
and ask if they know where House Phaedrus is.
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna tell you what this person is like. Okay.
That's never good.
Oh dear. Oh no.
So, for those of you who are watching and are curious what's going on here, my brother plays a lot of D&D, and he's just the craziest, most creative guy, and he gets a lot of stuff from this blog called dndwithpornstars.blogspot.com. It's not
actually a really good blog, yeah.
Yeah, it's safe for work. It's just this guy who talks about D&D, and he has these crazy creative ideas. He wrote a book and helped with some other people, I think, called Vornheim, which is like a city crawling manifesto about like how to run city crawls and how to like create NPCs for city crawls and stuff. So I'm sort of appropriating a lot of what he's got for Eutraxis, which is kind of like it's this grim, dark, futuristic, gothic, maze-like city of varying factions and groups of people. So it really works with what he's put out. So you find a man sort of along the side of the street, and he's sitting out in front of a doorway. And as you approach, he says, "Oh, hello, come in to Hork and Friends Jewelry Shop. Yes, you look like you need something a little fancier than what you're currently wearing, I think."
His name
Are we
Bulba?
buying a pod racer here? What the fuck's going on?
He's a little blue guy. He's got wings. Yeah. And he immediately just like walks in the store.
I kind of follow in after it, but immediately I'm speaking the words. I'm not in search of any jewelry, but in fact some information. I'm simply trying to find House Phaedrus and specifically the Palace of Justice.
Yeah, his face just sort of falls as soon as you say you're not here to buy any jewelry. And he says, "Oh, Harkin friend will wait instead." And he's just sort of like wanders over to one of the glass counters and starts pulling out like an amulet and polishing it. And it's like, it's probably made out of tin or something like that, but it's actually got like a really beautiful little stone set into it. Looks like maybe it wasn't originally made for this amulet, but maybe he found it or stole it, acquired it from someone.
If I may make a recommendation. This man clearly has the information we're looking for, but his emotional state seems to be somewhat fragile. It may be possible to fix this with money. No one's answering. I look around awkwardly.
That TB, I would absolutely agree with you. However, I have exactly fucking zero money, throne guild. That's why I was trying so badly to discover the elevator. In this situation, I'm unable to do anything that involves money.
Do you want to try and like use an what's it called? Inquiry on him?
Yes. Yeah, I would.
So it doesn't look like you're trained in inquiry, so use half of your fellowship. But roll on that. Let's see how you do.
Half of his fellowship is like
you gotta
5?
piss this guy off.
It's 16.
It's 16. Great. Here we go.
Well, I also have
16.
another -5 because he's not Voidborn. So
Ooh,
I don't know
true.
I don't know that I'm the right one to do this.
Try to seduce him.
I'm gonna shove her out of the way because that's clearly not gonna work.
All right.
Excuse
His eyes
me.
light up. He says, yes, Harkin friend welcomes another customer.
Excuse me, shopkeep. I am I'm looking for a focusing crystal for my las torch. I think perhaps you might be able to help me with that nice little omelet you have in your hand right there.
He looks to the side and he tosses the amulet over his shoulder. He says, no, friend, this omelet is not worth those who serve the Omnisaya. Come with me. And he puts his arm around you, taking great care to be careful of your mechadendrite, and he starts steering you into the back of the shop.
I sort of put my mechadendrite around him, thinking that I have finally, for the first time in my life, made a real friend. And continue to
he leads you
into the back of the shop.
He leads you into the back of the shop into a like a velour padded room. And there's like all sorts of little display tables.
There's a black couch in the corner.
Yeah, there's a little black couch in the corner. And there's all these little velour-lined display tables. And your ultraviolet light reveals that the room is clean.
Oh,
immaculately clean. In fact, it looks like maybe this guy just waits for people, and while he's waiting, he just cleans. It's so clean. He leads you over to one of the tables, and he points at a series of gemstones, and he says, "Yes, my friend, these are gemstones taken from Laz rifles for the 401st Gudronites."
May I ask how you acquired laser focusing crystals meant for armaments in service of the Omnisire?
They were retired from service after a great battle in a faraway planet. And then, as artifacts of the Empire, they were traded through time and space. And I have been acquiring them, tracking them surreptitiously through arcane means. But finally, I have almost all of them in my command. But, you see, they were not meant to rest here on the table. For a mere 30 throne geld, one of them could purify your plasma torch.
Can I examine that? I believe my tech use should allow me to examine these things, right?
Absolutely. In fact, you get a plus 30 to your tech use.
Because I'm that damn smart. Okay, great.
And they're a very simple component, right?
Yes, you would think so. So smart, in fact, that I might close my roll 20. All right. There is a slight delay as I reconfigure my cogitators. Reconfiguring. Reinstalling the cogitation software. Reciting the holy rituals.
Horkenfriend nods patiently as you...
Of course. He would be understanding of such things, naturally.
Absolutely.
So I get a plus 40 because of my tech use. 3.2 degrees of success.
Yeah, you examine it thoroughly. Looks like he's telling the truth. Like, these things definitely were focusing crystals for las rifles. You don't know if they came from the 401st Gooderites, but you know, it's definitely an attractive-looking focusing crystal. I'll leave it up to you to decide whether or not there's any actual use to you in your plasma charge.
All right. Well, in that case, I appreciate the quality of goods and the care that you have put into making sure that these relics of the Omnissire's greatest benevolence have been kept with the utmost care and skill.
He beams.
I would love, which means I would absolutely love to purchase one of them. However, this will have to be repaired at my workstation, which happens to be... Where exactly are we going again?
It's Phaedrus family block?
Phaedrus.
Yes,
Yeah.
which happens to be installed in the basement engine seers block of House Phaedrus. Unfortunately, my companions have all come down with a bout of sudden amnesia and have completely forgotten the directions, and my GPS has run out of charge, and we would very much love to use this crystal as soon as possible and make sure that it is installed with the utmost care and the correct rituals. Could you, by any chance, my good man, provide me with the directions back to my workbench?
He tuts sympathetically. My friend, it is a terrible loss that you have suffered in the loss of your workstation and the loss of your way back to it. Of course. You simply exit my fine establishment to the left and follow the curve around. Do not get sidetracked by any side tracks. Follow the curve to the left, and you will come. You will come to a connection to Arlthalia's industrial block. From there, you can make your way past the iron forge works and up to a secure elevator point, which connects, if I am not mistaken, to the Phaedrus residential block.
Wonderful, yes. Now I suddenly remember. It seems that there was some sort of misconfiguration in my cogitation unit, possibly caused by atmospheric interference. I will take your crystal, and here is your 30 thrun gelt.
He hands it over to you and palms your gelt, sticks it into a back pocket, and he says, welcome friend, come back anytime. You need more crystals. Horken friend has more crystals. And I think we maybe should take a break for 5 minutes, come back and finish off the latter half of our session today.
Sounds good. We got another hour and 30 minutes of Dark Heresy coming up right after this. So we'll see you guys in about 3 or 5 minutes, like Steven said. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you then.